You're perceptive. It's not even anger at you. Dude was just like, yeah, you're taking too long. I'm gonna ignore you now. Also, I'm not gonna lie, that trade you made is bad. Like, he bought 4 Rivens. He gave a Mirage Prime set for 4 Rivens and 5 Platinum. I've seen the Rivens. He made a somewhat bad trade. He might get 5, 10, maybe 20 Platinum apiece. However, for all these, he'll have to find a buyer. No one's buying those Rivens. That's the thing, but he has
That's what I was planning on doing.
You have to do the thing to get transmutation. Also, Gabby, I didn't hear about your day. You were too quiet.
Gee, doesn't that sound familiar?
I don't know why I'm so quiet on Discord.
At Jordan. So how'd D&D go today?
The ship. I accidentally got us stuck on the ship by doing something he wanted. Now I don't want to do anything he wants.
Dumbass. What are y'all doing, by the way?
Callous bounties.
I don't know what job.
For discount, my leg. For discount.
I don't know who that's a job for. It could literally be any of my characters if you're just doing callous bounties. I'm guessing Titan.
I didn't say anything about my foot, I said my leg. You know, Jay, you could always message the guy and be like, hey, I'll give you 200 for it.
For what?
Like, he's trying to sell it for 300, but I talked him down to 200. If someone else approaches him...
Yes, with my 70 platinum.
I would give you the 170 I have on me, and whatever remainder from that I'd give back to Prime, if any.
If any. I'm just gonna join y'all because I'm bored. I talked with Nolan for a while. We talked about anime and titties and anime titties and his new laptop and a bunch of other stuff about it.
Y'all are bigger weebs than I initially imagined.
What did you initially imagine? I didn't even know what JoJo was.
Jordan, did you grab your bounties from Callus?
No, I was coming to you to get them.
I've already been there.
Okay,
Take us
well,
back.
You have to take us back,
Why?
Yes.
Because we've already joined you.
Well then pick up your bounties and be fucking speedy about it, yeah? Don't stand there on your phone for a solid 3 minutes, Jordan, doing God knows what. Get your shit and get out.
If I'm on my phone for multiple minutes, I'm most likely texting Gabby. And considering I'm in a conversation with her on my phone,
Jordan,
I don't need to.
Wait at the...
Lagging, my guy.
Oh.
The timing.
What timing?
Don't worry about it. Now, who wants to play everyone's favorite game? Is it marinara, ketchup, or blood?
What?
Because I just found something on my leg. I was eating something with ketchup, marinara, but I was also
Why do you
eating...
have ketchup and marinara on a thing? That's disgusting.
No, fries and a meatball sub.
Why wouldn't you put the fries on the sub?
What? Okay, it strikes, right? This week, this day.
Yes.
Lord. No. No,
Jay,
Lord.
if you have not had French fries on a sandwich, you have not yet lived.
I've
No.
had French fries on a sandwich. I haven't had French fries on a meatball sub.
Take us.
Yeah, you have not yet lived.
Take us in.
For Jay, there is actually no
Wait.
difference between that and having it on a cheeseburger.
There is a big difference.
There is no difference. You have
there is
sauce, you have beef, and you have a bun. What's the fucking difference?
Seasoning, the type of sauce, the
Jay,
The shape
I have
of
seen
the
somebody
meat.
drown a beef burger in mayonnaise and French fries,
You both make me sad.
Okay.
and to them it was the most delicious thing they could ever have.
Okay. Tastes are different. Tastes are varied.
Then what makes you think that this is a bad idea? Tastes are different.
I mean, it's a bad idea to me. You can eat whatever
Okay, cool.
you want, but I
Tastes are
ain't gonna
different.
do it.
You haven't actually had it. Now have you?
I mean, I put a fry on there tonight, and I went, this is decent, but I'm not ever gonna do it again because I like fries with ketchup and not marinara and cheese.
The fact that you have them with ketchup is my main big problem here.
What? What do you eat your fries with? Are you in Holland?
Plain.
Do you have mayonnaise? Plain.
I ate mine with a barbecue sauce.
A good French fry doesn't need ketchup.
A French fry need.
I ate
it
mine with
doesn't-
barbecue sauce.
Now, Jordan.
Barbecue sauce, it depends on what kind. In my experience, if it's not good barbecue sauce, it ruins the fry.
Now, Jordan. My dad's barbecue sauce, which you've never had.
I had it when I was at your house. He made it. Didn't he?
Jordan,
Now,
Mike.
Like, what was the barbecue sauce that we put on the burgers and the fries?
My dad. Wait, was it a light? If it
Jordan,
was light
Mike.
brown, it was my dad's. Yeah,
Yes.
it was my dad's. Now, Jordan, I can't tell you how to make it, but it's unhealthy.
How much cocaine is in it?
Really unhealthy.
I do believe cocaine, by every metric, is extremely unhealthy.
Gabby, what do you put on your fries?
Well, you see, you're just like, commonplace. If I had the option to put whatever I want on my fries, oh boy, there's a list.
There's a leaf.
Gabby.
Abilities without dying, multi-kills and strikes without dying.
What?
Defeat enemies in the menagerie without dying. Complete public events in the
Speak
Demon
up.
City without dying.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
I didn't even reload this thing. Hang on.
Jay, what are we waiting for?
If we're going right into a strike, I need to get ready. I am currently ready.
You could have done this in the goddamn loading screen.
Hey,
Easy, Lord.
What?
there you go. You're loud now. What do you put on your fries?
I'm going to strangle you. I was always loud. Jesus.
I can't understand what she's saying.
I can't understand what's going on that end of the mic because I'm currently in a fucking wind tunnel.
Hey,
it
how do you
fine
like
now?
My, how do y'all like my turtle shell? Turtle shell.
Good. What do you put on your fries, Gabby?
Ketchup or barbecue sauce or honey mustard sometimes.
Alright, so I'm gonna put all y'all to shame because y'all are bad.
Barbecue
Lord.
sauce.
No.
You're making me hungry. Stop. I haven't
You
eaten
put
today.
on Monterey Jack cheese, chives, bacon bits, salt and pepper, with sour cream on the side.
No.
No.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not a big fan of
Change-
sour cream, though.
Well, that's why it's on the
Don't-
side.
Dislike the sour? No. Okay, if it's on the side and I don't if it's not
Neither
on
am I.
touching fries, I'm okay. Replace the cheese with pepper jack and add shredded barbecue on top.
I agree with Joe.
How do you
I've
shred
had
barbecue,
that.
Jay?
It's pulled pork.
I've
Shredded.
had that.
That's not
that's
shredded
good.
barbecue.
It is though.
It's how
Jay.
barbecue's called, Jay. And that's fun. People call barbecue
No.
shredded barbecue sometimes.
Or pulled pork.
You guys are speaking in southern terms. Because that has
Okay.
never happened
There
in
might
the
be a
North.
reason we're speaking in Southern terms. I wonder what that reason
It's just
would be.
cultural differences, but yeah, I've had that before. It's really good.
Well, I mean, you also haven't had the Monterey Jack, and Jay
I
just
have
kind of
had
brushed
that
it
one.
off. No, you definitely haven't.
I've had Monterey Jack
You've
cheese.
probably had cheddar or Colby Jack.
It's
I'm
decent.
saying Monterey Jack.
Monterey Jack is decent, but the only Jack I really like is Pepper Jack. Because Pepper
Pepper
Jack
Jack
is
is
like
good.
What?
the Lamau. LMAO.
Oh, Pepper Jack is
Titan Jump sucks.
I killed myself.
I also killed myself. Hey look, 3 idiots sitting in orbs. Oh, well there goes our progress on those bounties.
We had no progress. That didn't count.
I hate Titan Jump. Because I think it's like Warlock Jump mixed with... What jump do I even have on? Catapult. No.
Titan jump is Hunter and Warlock jump mixed together. Hunter jump, best jump.
For parkour, yes.
That's why every other thing hunters have has been nerfed, because they have the good jump.
And
It's not worth.
the one thing hunters need is
Speed.
what's
We need speed.
Super armor.
We need
a
speed.
one-shot melee capability.
I don't care if we have anything else. I want more speed.
Jordan, if we have more speed, there's no point in, like, anything else ever
If
being
we
possible.
have more speed, we don't need super armor because they can't hit us. If we have more speed, they don't need.
Jordan,
we don't need one-hit
this
melees.
isn't Warframe. We can't dodge out of the way of bullets. That's not how this works.
I've done it in this game.
You can't dodge bullets, dude. You can dodge somebody's aim.
So the way I'm running my striker setup, I never run out of melee.
So you're a
Huh.
Yeet Titan. Gotcha.
No, I'm not a shoulder charge Titan.
No, you're a middle tree, right?
No, bottom
Are you
tree.
on Thunder Crash?
I thought you were on Thunder Crash, which is the Yeet Super.
I don't have Thunder Crash unlocked.
Jordan, you've watched Life too much.
Yep.
The one Destiny YouTuber I love to watch, Mr. Fruit.
You fool!
I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't you guys, it would be
I think
Mr.
you were
Fruit.
the fool here.
If I did not meet you guys, I would be in Mr. Fruit's fruit salad right now.
What?
That's the name. His name is Mr. Fruit, and his clan name is Mr. Fruit's fruit salad. Rank of banana.
That's mildly disturbing.
How?
I may die. I did not die. Oh god!
The fact that you were... Oh my god.
Titan, it's
You
my
recognize
Titan.
that too, Jordan, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my Titan. Never played on it.
That's a blatant lie considering you're almost 750.
I can say I've never really played on my Titan.
Well, I will say this right now. I never played on it enough to get on the comms.
Jay, that was year 1.
Like I said, I never played it
All of my
enough.
characters have on the comms. Great.
On the comms. The real thing they're gonna find in Area 51? Cabal or Vex?
Jordan, you need
Colin.
to get multi-kills.
Yes, sir.
So Gabby,
Yeah.
you're gonna be a warlock. Are you gonna be one of those warlocks who floats everywhere or runs everywhere? There's two types of warlock: the floaters and the runners. Will you acknowledge your jump ability?
Right.
Excuse you, I think you mean their fancy
She says she will not float, she will run.
I didn't know she was an elite gymnast.
He's saying you're not an elite gymnast. Go be a gymnast. How did you die to that? We didn't kill the other one.
I'm gonna get off after this.
You just got on. Okay. Have fun.
Sorry, dude.
You good, dude?
No.
What happened?
I'll text it to you.
If you need to go ahead and go, dude, it's fine.
I'll finish this one.
Like, seriously, if you need to go, go ahead and go. Like, no one will blame you.
Later.
What's happening?
He's gotta go.
Well, for what?
I don't know, but he's... Like, the reason I said go if you need to go is he's crying.
Oh.
Literally, he said, hey, Dad, and then started crying, and I don't know what happened.
Well, I gotta go AFK after this and eat my food. Son of a whore. I still have not gotten strike multi-kills without dying. I'm gonna have to do another strike after this. I definitely wasn't trying to kill you there.
Why?
I said I definitely wasn't. Is iron on?
I think so.
Fucking feels like it. No, it's on. Blackout and Grenadier. What the fuck?
Avoid Singe.
Why am I? No, why am I? Oh, blackout. That's why. I was gonna say, why am I fucking getting wrecked by a Centurion?
Centurion said, fuck your living rights. No prime rights.
These rights are prime real estate, thank you.
One could almost say it's free real estate. So we're not one-phasing this boss.
Absolutely not. I don't have my super. But hey, we can bully him.
Okay.
You have your shipper?
Nope. Ah, well.
I stand. Here, let me generate orbs down here.
But multi-kills.
Do you want to get this strike done? There. I need to go AFK. So I shall do that. I'll be back.
I can't leave well enough alone and go to heaven.
Unmute. Flag it. Jordan. 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 Jordan.
Hey, yeah, but I'm taking care of Jay. Give me a little bit. Yeah, it might be better to go on. His dad messed with him and it kind of. think I helped.
Should I even ask?
You can ask him about it, but I'm not sure he'd want me to share it. Just, I know me and you could both relate to what was happening there, so I think I was able to help.
Just doing the Rona Menagerie I need. I forget what the fourth bounty was. Damn it, I accidentally got myself sleepless. I was trying to get the machine gun.
Red, blue.
Of course, I did give it a blue. Why don't I give it a green? No, I'm dumb.
You want to run through again with me in a minute?
Let me figure out what this last bounty is real quick. Can we do the public events real fast?
I'm doing my last strike real quick. I'll do my strike afterwards, actually.
I'm going to go into the Dreaming City here. Are you joining?
Yeah.
I genuinely cannot explain why I am so tired all of a sudden, and it kind of bugs me.
Coffee.
I hate coffee.
You're just getting old, man.
Getting old sucks.
Yeah, well, I've got that combination of...
Or maybe it's my body going into the mode of like, oh hey, you're waking up early, so now you have to go to bed early. I'm like, fuck.
Maybe if you have a good circadian rhythm, it does that. But hey, it can also, you know, it's good for me. It's technically terrible for me, but it's good for me. I have that wonderful combination of ADHD that doesn't go away. You can have it even as an adult.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
It means
In fact, 9 times out of 10, that's not a good thing.
And it means I'm never tired. I'll take my wins where I can get them. As I just sit here bouncing my head because I can't sit still.
Christ, you know what's gonna suck on Tuesday? I have to go in at work at 5 a.m. Get all of my stuff done, like all of my time-sensitive stuff, before 8 o'clock. Leave before 8 o'clock, probably about 7:20, 7:30. Go to a doctor's appointment, then come back and finish my shift with the lost time.
And when do you get off?
However long after that time is up. It was supposed to be 6 to 2, but I have a doctor's appointment at 8 o'clock. I can't call off because of nobody being able to do my shit. I couldn't switch the day that I worked because, again, nobody can do my shit.
Sounds to me like they need to hire someone. What the hell?
Don't get a unionized job. Actually, so, before I even get into this, did you hear that Congress passed a bill that is going
Raising
to double...
it to 15 an hour?
Yeah, so, basically unemployment's going to shoot up.
Uh-huh. Anyone with basic knowledge of economics knows that is going to cripple America's economy.
Yep.
That's a bad bill.
But the
People
House
are like,
of Reps
a
passed
living...
it. Trump can still veto it.
For everything bad people say about him, he is a businessman and he knows economics. 90% sure he'll veto that. People can
Well,
say...
it's still also got to go through the Senate. It's only been through House of Reps.
I'm pretty sure people in the Senate will cancel that. Like, in all utter honesty.
Yeah. Like, Which party runs the House right now?
I don't remember. I don't follow politics super closely, because only recently have I really been able to vote. I didn't turn 18 in time to vote last year, but I'll probably have to do it this year.
I'm probably not going to vote, even though I totally should, depending on who's running in the Democratic spot.
I don't care if it's Democratic or Republican, I care what they actually plan to do.
Well, Trump's running. And so far, like, versus all of the other potential candidates for the Democratic, Trump is looking like the best.
I wouldn't elect Hillary.
I think majority of America isn't stupid enough to elect Hillary Clinton, the warmonger snake who genuinely wants to nuke the Eastern Hemisphere. Mostly Russia and China.
War's just not a good alternative. Like, sure, it has reason, and it has times you should do it.
Just to do it because you don't like Russia, though. When Russia could potentially be like one of the greatest allies to the U.S. in present time.
War for the sake of war is a bad idea. What? Yes. But war for the sake of war, not good. War for an actual point, yeah, sure.
Oh no, my god, I was a raider, not a stalker. Oh god, the filter right now is not helping my eyes.
Like, I know that with technically people are going to start getting laid off because of that bill getting passed in one house. Businesses will be like, we technically will have a harder time firing people because of that thing before, or after, so we'll start doing it before. Even if it gets passed or not, unemployment's going to go up a little bit because of it getting passed in one. So it's going to be harder.
Luckily for me, because I work in a unionized job, they can't just outright fire me or let me off.
But
mainly because there are people below me they have to go through before me.
It's gonna be harder for you to get someone working with you, and you need that from what it sounds like. It sounds like you're underemployed.
Yeah, as of 3 months ago we were behind by 2 people. As of last week we were still behind by 2 people.
Hey, I have an idea. I'll just go apply to your store.
I don't think you want to work. Like, honestly, all of the people who have transferred into my store, whether they be management or just other workers, they have hated transferring into my store because they have said the people who shop there are the worst that they have ever seen. Some of them have been working for Kroger for 10, 20 years.
I love that your objection to it is, oh, you don't want to work here, not that transit, my guy.
No, honestly, like, I'm trying to save you a shit ton of time, effort, and money. Don't do it. It's not. I may be getting paid $11.50 an hour as of right now, but it is not worth it. I cannot express that enough.
I know a place that was looking at me that if I was able to, I could get 14 or 15 an hour.
With or without benefits?
With. Alright,
so off tractor, we both super, and then we rake.
I don't have my super.
How do you not have your super?
I rallied the flag and then I used it because I'm the dumb.
Same, but I have my super. Jordan.
I almost have it. Let me kill some things.
Or better yet, you shoot the blight.
I have it.
If you're gonna hit it, fucking hit it. I meant with your super.
Saving my super for the boss.
Let me tractor him. Yada yada yada. Fuck is he? There it is. That was the Nova Bomb.
Gary, are you there?
She's just asleep.
saw what she typed, and I can't say it either because streaming.
You don't understand. I actually cannot say it. Like, people listen to everything.
Mate, I will text you what she said in a minute.
I have no right. You don't understand.
Just go on, come over here, rally the flag, and fucking tell me. I will clear out the area so you don't die while typing it.
Like, you don't get political if you're streaming, and we got a little bit, but we didn't get too, but that?
I mean, we went into actual problems.
We went into problems, we didn't say, this candidate's bad because they're bad. We didn't discuss candidates, really.
I mean, I definitely said that the Democratic Party looks shit right now, but...
Everyone looks shit right now, it's whoever's the strongest turd.
Fair? Tell me. Do it.
Give me a moment.
Quickly, I need to see this.
I was gonna just screenshot, but I actually can't screenshot, so I'm gonna copy text and directly paste.
Oh boy. No. I'm not going to say that directly. I'm going to respond to this indirectly. Okay, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, chaotic evil disguised as.
Yes. By the way, speaking of alignments, what the hell was happening with Danny?
What do you mean?
That was not chaotic neutral in the slightest. Oh, you don't like my fish, I'm going to kill you. What?
Oh well, though. I had plans on the
Like,
back burner.
legitimately, I thought you had told him to be evil and were having the sword influence him. Were you?
I said, when you're gonna make a decision, I'm going to go ahead and influence that decision one way.
Did you?
He kind of did it all for me.
What the hell?
I mean, hey, makes my life a little bit easier, but at the same time, what the fuck?
Like, legitimately, I was going to...
But hey, I can say now that one of my actual, 20 plans came in handy, because I never planned for Danny's actual antics before we had that sit down, and now that he is definitely predictable, it makes everything significantly easier to plan for. Because he actually fell in line with one of those plans, and it made my life easy.
I kind of find it funny that one character flying has made things somewhat easier in some situations. Like,
How does that surprise you?
Oh, there's a boat that has to be tied up high. Flap, flap, motherfucker.
So explain to me how that surprises you.
I figured you wouldn't let it, but I'm really glad that you're letting it be how it should be. Flight's useful. I know a lot of people...
Which I don't want you to have it at level fucking 4.
I know a lot of people nerf it to the ground. They're like, okay, but you're flying, even though it's an intrinsic thing like walking, if you try and cast a spell while you're flying, you're gonna fall.
But it's not concentration, so there's no reason for me to.
That's how a lot of people like to do it. It's not an official rule or anything, it's just some people are like, oh, flying's broken.
It's kind of incredibly hard to put specific rules on you, because you have fought me at every fucking pass.
I mean, if it was something like that, I couldn't really fight you, but I'd be annoyed by it.
You have fought me on every single thing, dude! Like, I try to say, hey, let's do this for balance reasons. You're like, no, that's stupid.
I mean, sometimes it is stupid.
What? Trying to remove some of Alexander's stats so the party can actually feel useful? That's stupid.
You never
I'm
suggested
trying to make
that one.
everybody's gameplay experience more fun. I don't want to make you overpowered at the cost of ruining everybody else.
You never suggested removing a stat. I was mostly fine with.
I did.
I'm mostly fine with
actually,
that.
And you had outrage. Outrage that Gabby was present for.
There's a thing.
Shit. Right. It's on the right. It's on the right.
I killed the middle one.
By the way, if you didn't know, if you kill the raiders that are on the sniping spots, they actually don't damage the shit that easily.
Yeah, no.
So why are you standing up there?
They can't spawn if I'm here.
I mean, you can't be useful if you're standing up there.
Yes, I can.
No, you very well can't.
But, I mean, at the same time, I've also tried to scale back on breaking things. In terms of, like, I have broken
my
stats.
request times 100.
No, like, I still have the break things mentality, I just try not to use it, but when it comes to stats, I haven't tried to influence things abusing, like, persuasion. Like, I got 100% could, but I try not to at your request. The only time
No,
I'd
I
really
don't
do
mind
it...
you using your present skills. I mind you attaining more skills. Because you already have an absurd number, regardless of your level. What I would really like to do is to redo some of Alexander's stuff, just so he's a little bit more balanced. But as previously stated, you have given so much resistance on that.
I mean, you can try, but...
You cannot justify Alexander having a max intelligence stat or a max wisdom stat. There's no reason he should have it. He just does.
He does because of a combination of feats and levels of how you gave stuff.
Yes, I'm aware, but there's no reason that he should have it. Like, look at Danny. Danny is, or Jojo. Jojo's a dumb as a box of rocks. But he has other stats that are going to be improved that would make sense. Like him having wisdom and some dexterity. I cannot actually think of a reason for Alexander to have maxed intelligence, maxed dexterity, maxed wisdom on top of maxed charisma.
Honestly, the only reason that it exists is because I tried to make it happen.
And for the next time when you build a character, I am going to have to put restrictions on everybody just because of you.
I don't want to build a character like that. You don't have to put restrictions, I just won't do it.
It doesn't matter what your intentions are, Jordan. They have to be placed. You're just like that girl who started the ice cream licking thing. And before you even go, no, that's not completely true. They have to start putting plastic over ice cream pints.
You know, I know about that,
Because
but
of
that's different.
It's not different. A rule had to be put in place because some jackass decided to bend the rules.
I didn't bend any rules. I worked completely within them. I didn't do something that was completely illegal.
I bent the rules for you.
I worked within the rules I was given.
So I will no longer bend the rules when it comes to building characters. I thought, yeah, let's go have a little fun, make everybody a little bit overpowered. You went, you know what? I want a level 20 character as of level 3.
Level 10?
No, as of level 3. You have the stats of a level 20 character. Like, abilities be damned, dude. You are inarguably the most overpowered character on the team in every avenue except for brute strength. And I personally don't think that's fair. Especially when we have one pure rogue in the party whose stealthing is gobshite. And then a half rogue. And then the monk, who you can definitely outclass in dex by a mile. And that's supposed to be her bread and butter.
But I don't have the abilities to do that would benefit the stats.
You literally just have to say, hey, I'm getting monk levels. Or I'm getting rogue levels, or literally
okay, but
whatever.
if I was doing that, you could literally be like, no, you're not. And I don't plan to do that.
Why would I say no? It's like, hey, I want a multi-class. Okay, go ahead. What would be the problem?
Because
With you
I'm
multi-classing.
obviously doing it because of the benefit I can gain from stats, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not taking it into other people's roles. I have a very specific one that I've tried to do, and that's
You
it.
have, if your very specific one is to be the jack of all trades, dude, you have accomplished it.
I mean, I definitely
There's
focus on
nothing you
magic and
specifically
healing.
excel at.
Magic
There's
and
nothing
healing.
you specific. If I bring in NPCs, I can definitely say you're wrong.
I mean,
At
yes.
later levels, I can say you're wrong within the party.
Yes, but at this level, I'm magic and healing.
Except your healing is very limited as is, so you are just magic. And there's definitely now more than 2 characters who can use magic.
But that was definitely what I started with, and I definitely have a lot of healing that can be used for this level.
You have 2 single-use spells and then 1 that's kind of meh.
Cure Wounds is actually the best healing spell at low level. What do you mean?
I said kind of meh.
It's 1d8 plus my
It's a
ability
lo-
score.
It's a low level because it's a low level. The higher level spells don't give a shit, especially heal. Just insta-cast 70 HP to a target. Granted, it's a cleric spell, but
I can get cleric spells.
my point.
That's just because of the type of
So,
sorcerer he is.
unless you just plan on becoming a charisma cleric, there's really not much else you can specialize into that won't eventually overlap.
I mean, I'm not really planning to... What I was saying was I wasn't planning on doing, like, rogue stuff or paladin.
How are we missing one?
I don't know. Like, I plan to do sorcerer stuff, and that's what I've been doing the whole time.
Sorcerers definitely don't not multi-class, but multi-purpose into healing. They mostly do DPS and utility.
But the Divine Soul, that's why I did that. And because we didn't have a... I was actually going to go Giant Soul, but we didn't have a cleric at the beginning. So
Then why wouldn't you do cleric?
Because I wanted to do sorcerer, because metamagic. Metamagic is beautiful.
But extremely limited.
Nah, mate. There are things you can
It
do with it
is.
that are wonderful.
Yes, and they can all be, like, not only shut down, but ruined based off of one spell or one creature ability.
That's basically the same for everything. I'm not going to let one spell or one creature say no.
I genuinely cannot think of a situation where brute strength is not a solution.
I don't want to...
Yeah, sure, the slimes that are caustic, but you can literally yeet the slimes.
Yeah, but I don't
yeah, sure,
want
you
to...
take damage, but yeet the slime.
I don't want to build off of a brute strength. I want to do magic.
I'm
Magic's
just
more fun
giving
to
an
me.
example. Why aren't you here?
I think I got booted again. Like, magic is what I wanted to build with, so magic is what I've done. I have the skills, I have the stats to do it, but I'm never gonna touch, like, trying to
Then why even
lockpick
have the
something.
stats?
For dexterity, because it's important that I should go soon in the battle. Which is why I also have a feat that gives me more. That's why I need dex.
There's more than one feat that gives you initiative bonus.
Or it's easier for me to just get high dex and then get one. And there's only one feat that does it to my knowledge.
There's more than one. In fact, if you were to get it, you would have a plus 15 to your initiative. But getting sidetracked, they're like a very, very good example of why you don't need these stats.
I don't
or
need to
why
do
it doesn't make sense for you
Menagerie
to
again.
have them.
I got the thing.
But you have a plus 9 to your history checks. Why?
I have a plus 7, not 9.
You have a plus 9.
From what? I only get the proficiency
You
once.
said plus when we did the roll earlier for your whole koi thing. Or whatever the thing was that Danny wanted to suggest. You gave it a plus 9.
Let me check that, because I may have actually been wrong. I may have typed the wrong thing. It might have been a +7, and that would have been my mistake. Because I shouldn't have a +9. Yeah, that was just my mistake. My bad. It was a +7.
It wouldn't have changed anything anyway, but still.
And a +7 is kind of understandable with especially... Every character should have high history, if they can have it. There's no reason not to have history, because you need it.
You really don't need it.
I mean, from what you've done, what was our goal here? History check.
I mean, that's what the history check is for. If the party doesn't remember their goal, they can do it and they can get it for free. That's the whole point of history checks.
So
Or
every
rather,
character,
also with additional information that would come from the character backstory. But still,
in my opinion, every character should have high history. Religion, and I don't care about religion, but history, yes.
but religion isn't necessarily tied to history, or religion to history, and vice versa.
No, it's commenting on Gabby having a religion proficiency.
But it doesn't matter. Not every character deserves a high history, especially since if the player can remember it, the character can remember it. And when you try, and if you're going to try to pull that bullshit where it's like, is it Sildara? I don't know. Is it? That's meant for you to act. That is not for me to give you an answer. When I don't give you a direct answer, that means you try. You do what you want to do. We're not playing a game where I'm sitting here holding your hand on what you guys are supposed to do. This is a game where you guys do shit, and I give you guidelines on how to do it.
I mean, I just didn't know what you wanted me to do there.
Okay. Why does it matter what I want you to do?
I didn't even know if you wanted me to roll or anything. I was just like, oh.
You didn't even ask me.
No, I did. You just like, I don't know, do you? And you were just being an ass. Like,
No,
I didn't
that was
know
me
what
saying,
you wanted me to do.
I don't know. Do you want to roll? Do you want to roll to see if this thing is the thing? Or do you want to see if you're wrong? Try.
That's not what that came across as in any form of the way.
Okay, what? Then please enlighten me.
Like, now that
me saying I don't know, is it? And then waiting means anything but, hey, go try it.
But now that I know that that's what you want, I know to actually do that. I did that multiple times today. So I don't know why that's something you're mentioning.
I was using it as an example again.
But I've stopped doing that, so it's an irrelevant example?
But it wasn't for the point at hand, which I forgot what the point at hand was, to be fair. Oh, the history checks. Yeah, no, just that example was for that example alone.
But like,
what I'm saying is that you guys don't need to be prompted, but you expect to be prompted for everything. In my opinion, that's not fun. Like to say, okay, you guys are on this boat, you guys can either stand around and do nothing, you can chat, you can cause mayhem, or you can go fish. My idea is that I can go try to do the things that I want to do, and if they're impossible, they're impossible.
For a lot of people who do D&D, they run it differently, which is why it was different. My only example was my only introduction was the complete opposite of that, of what you do, so I had to adjust.
My only introduction is that, hey, you guys are on this place, do you want to do anything? And then the players would respond accordingly.
And I'm trying to adjust to your way. To be honest, your way's really fun.
But nobody does my way.
I mean, some people are adjusting to it, but I think the others kind of need to be told. Like
I have been telling people
like you
this.
said, hey, you need to do your own checks, but you might need to, like, say that what you're telling me, basically. Because you've told me multiple times, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that now. But some others haven't heard it from you.
I was saying it all the time this session, especially to, like, Chelsea, and she wasn't doing anything. It's like so many times she could have been trying to persuade, lie, or incite people, and she just wasn't doing anything.
but I don't think she fully gets what you mean. You're like, oh, I can persuade. Okay, I'll persuade right now. But I don't think she fully is like. I think that was her thinking you were giving permission to do it then, not, oh, I can do it at any point.
No, even when I was saying it, like, you know, let's go with that's what she was thinking. She wasn't even doing it when I was saying, hey, reminder, you can do these things.
I mean, there's also her like, oh, I've been given a secret, I must tell no one ever.
Well, that's just her. Some people are going to be like that. But that has absolutely nothing to do with me saying, hey, you can totally skill check this person, try to get them to do what you want. She's like, okay, cool.
Nah.
Doesn't do it.
I don't really know what to tell you about her.
Well, to be fair, David and Danny are just in the same boat. But it feels like they don't listen to me when I say it. Chelsea at least says, hey, yeah, no, I get it. But no.
Then, like, outside of the campaign, tell them how you've told me.
I have. Well, not Chelsea, but that's also because she's partly new.
And tell Chelsea. Though I'm not gonna lie, I didn't originally plan to have amazingly high stats and everything. It was more of a hey, do this roll. Oh, you failed. Okay, so that's the thing you can fail at. I need to fix that. That's just the mentality I have. Something doesn't work, I need to fix it. And I ended up fixing it. That wasn't me trying to be like, oh, I want to be broken. It was, oh, I don't want to fail.
Yeah, but then you also have to think about it like this. If anybody else tries to do it, you know, I have to accommodate for their thing. So then if you somehow end up being the one doing it, it's a super easy skill check for you. So then if I build the encounters around you, everybody else, it's impossible. Because it's like, you know, I'm like, say, for example, I'm going to make a villain that can manipulate people just by their mere presence. I can't do that with Alexander. Unless I make the thing incredibly high and Alexander rolls well, but doesn't get high enough. Everybody else is automatically enthralled. Because there's absolutely no chance for them to get away from it.
What the hell, Destiny?
You're just stuck in that loading screen.
Did Bungie break their game again? I'm out. Okay.
But you understand what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, unless I base it off of your strength, which would be stupid for a random appearance-based skill check, there's nothing for me to do about it, aside from make Alexander the sole survivor.
I mean, that sounds like something that would be based off Constitution, and I do not have max Constitution.
Danny does, and Danny would not be the one to just look at a guy and go, nah, that guy's fucking. And I'm not going to go ahead and say, nah, his rolls suck, it's fine. I would rather base it off of people's stats rather than their rolls. So, I mean, if I base it off of their rolls, every single skill check would be near impossible.
But I've also certainly failed even my highest stat skill checks, more than I would like to admit.
Okay, more than what you would like to admit is once, Jordan.
I've failed persuasion 8 or 9 times, actually.
But more than you would like to admit is once. By your own, like, admission earlier, saying, like, you know, oh, I failed at that thing, gotta fix that. Even failing once for you is more than too much.
Well, that was a bit of a simplification. It's like, oh, this has actually been a thing that's affected today. Okay, I need to work on it. Okay, again, you just need to fail once. It's like a thing can pop up once for that entire day, and you don't know if it's going to become prevalent later, so you build for it. I mean, no.
We both can agree that I have these things where I'm just like, I want to use these things, so I'm going to keep trying them until they work.
I mean, yeah.
So you just build on, like, what I'm doing as a DM, and it's real talk. Annoying.
But isn't that what players do? Like, that is exactly what...
Players 9 times out of 10 build the character they want, not necessarily to counteract the DM's actions.
I'm not really trying to counter you, though.
That is exactly what you were saying, though. By doing things that would get you successes against the things that I am trying to do but keep failing at.
No, it's that I want people to succeed. I don't want the party to fail. I'm trying to make it so people succeed.
You're the only person who succeeds.
I can't build other people. In fact, I am going to be taking a buff spell so that other people will succeed more. I'm literally going to be giving people false advantage as much as I can. Next level.
Are you done, by the way?
Yeah. Like, I want other people to succeed, I just have had no way to do that. Next level, I get that, and oh boy, is it going to be used a lot. Like, oh, the Minotaur's doing a strength check. Here's some advantage. Oh, the Halfling's doing dexterity. Advantage. It's not just
But
me
there
I
are
want
many
to
problems
succeed.
with that spell. You want to know one of the big ones.
It's not on saving throws.
It's enhanceability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Enhanceability is concentration.
I know. I have Warcaster. I have advantage on concentration saving.
No, that's not the issue.
I can't cast another concentration spell. I don't have
That's
like
not
one
the
other.
issue.
What is the issue?
Trying to juggle the idea that you have it. Because we will forget.
No, I'll have the spell. I have so many things that I like about it that I would not forget the spell exists.
You would forget that you have it active.
I'll set it.
Meaning you cast another concentration spell.
I don't have another concentration spell, to my knowledge, to cast.
You do.
Not that would get cast in battle unless it's more important. But here's how I could sort it out. I can set a timer on my phone and you can at the same time, and it'll be like, this is the timer of the concentration spell.
The timer is in universe, Jordan.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Dumbass.
The timing of D&D is always weird. It lasts an hour. It's not going to expire. It's just that at the end of combat, if I have it going, I still have it going. And it will be up to you to tell me how much time has passed. But I don't want it to be just me who succeeds. I want the party in general to succeed. I just haven't had a chance to help anyone else.
Then level with me here. What's the best course of action? Nerfing Alexander or buffing everybody else? This is not
I don't
a trick
know.
question. The best course of action is to nerf Alexander. For everybody else to get unnecessary buffs, or rather, necessary in air quotes, it would make the game falsely easy. It would be artificial difficulty if I add anything to make it more difficult. But if we nerf Alexander, bring him down to a level that's a little bit more manageable from my point of view, it makes everything a lot more fun for everybody else, because you're not the only one succeeding. Granted, David has you beaten in strength checks, but that's about it.
But at the same time, I haven't really been... No one's complained about it, if you think about it. Like, Danny had complained about it, and then I eased off on doing it. How I was doing it. It's not really a problem anymore.
It is still a problem.
It really isn't.
Because I'm currently still basing off everybody else's stats for all of the DCs and everything. Alexander just hasn't been prompted with anything because you guys have been stuck on a boat for 4 sessions. Quick random question, by the way, because it's been bugging me for a little while. Why is Alexander a pacifist without being a pacifist?
What do you mean?
Why does he try to talk his way out of boss fights?
What do you mean? Oh, I have tried to talk my way to boss fight. Because it's easier to talk someone onto your side if you didn't just fight them. I'm gonna be honest. Because his whole thing is getting allies, and it's harder to make someone an ally if you just fought them.
I thought his whole goal was to make allies of the Angelic Empire, not to just make allies. Because you can be friends with anybody,
He's trying to get allies for the Angelic Empire and allies for himself personally. So if he's in a pinch, he has people to call on, and so that his father has supporters.
You're trying to indoctrinate people.
No?
Why else would his father need supporters?
Never decided that part.
Why would his father doesn't need supporters unless they're following him as a holy being, not necessarily a leader. If they want to be allied to anything, it would be to the Angelic Empire, not his father. Unless you're indoctrinating people.
It's probably the Empire then. The original thing was that his father was high up in it, so he's trying to get people for, just in general, to benefit both the Empire, and he sees it as it would benefit his father because he has more support for anything he might do.
You have a very poor way of saying things for the first time.
Because I'm not really bothered about trying to explain it as best as possible. I'm just trying to get how I think you might understand. If you don't understand, I'll go back and rephrase it how I need to.
You need to explain it as best as possible, because, as we have seen previously, just because you say a thing in a way that you think I will take it, that doesn't mean I'm going to take it in that way. It's always best to go with the general option and then to be more specific if this general option doesn't work. Like, it doesn't matter who the person is. It works with Danny, it works with Jay, it works with you. Because it's like, once everybody gets a general idea, then with the specific people you can explain it into a way that makes them understand. Rather than just explain it to them on a one-on-one level.
Though,
this argument doesn't seem to hold up in a one-on-one conversation. It still does, because again, it has worked on you before.
There is a secondary reason of why he tries to talk his way out of fighting instead of fighting, because he's a powerful character who can win most fights he goes into. There's a, like, easily explainable.
Don't you dare tell me the political fights give him more enjoyment than the physical fights.
He's not fighting by himself.
Don't you dare make him like a wrestler politician.
He's not fighting by himself. If he was fighting by himself, he'd probably be a little more bloodthirsty, because he does have that. Angels in D&D are fairly bloodthirsty. If he was alone, he would probably fall into that a little more. But he's not alone. He doesn't want the people with him getting hurt. And if he can talk his way out of the fight, no one will get hurt. Which is, in his view, the best way things can go. That's why he always tries it. And it's worked.
I need to write something down.
Like something.
As you just shut your mouth.
No. I was about to actually give you an idea. That's something that the party would be like, shut the fuck up. But if there was a way in which, for example, if you tricked him into thinking that by not fighting, people wouldn't get hurt, it would be effective in getting him not to fight. But if that was betrayed, it would probably also make him angry and fight more with that person. But if there was a way in which the party was doing something that he thinks would hurt them and other people, he could very easily be convinced into restraining them so they don't.
You know what's fantastic? Bards.
Like, what I'm trying to do is give you ways of how you can work with the character instead of being like, I can't do anything with it. Nerf. Gabby wants to make a board.
But you know what's really fun? Bards. You know why?
Why?
Most of their magic doesn't take a catalyst.
It's
aside from
based
their
on
own
an
voice.
instrument or singing. And if they can get away with saying that singing is the thing, they can do magic anytime. Why?
Talking.
I believe it does have to be singing.
It doesn't have to be singing. It, in fact, can just be through casual conversation that spells can be triggered.
Okay, if I would have known that, I might have played a bard, my dude. But then again, that's just
But it's like,
sociopathic
charm
sorcerer.
person can be done with a specific code phrase.
That would be a thing to do against Alex.
I know, I've done it.
Like, there are things you can do to him, and you don't have to be like, oh, you can just include him in the party.
Problem is, though, bards are so unbelievably weak. As soon as JoJo gets in close, he's done.
That's all spellcasters. Jojo turns on Alex, he's dead in one turn.
I'm pretty sure a Hexblade could definitely deal with
Hex
JoJo.
blades are different.
They aren't different. They're spellcasters.
Okay, but mate, I'm gonna do a Hexblade for Alex if I ever have a chance, because it sounds fun. Or if I have a Warlock character, either two. If I have a Warlock character, it's
Hey,
being
you
a
have a
Hexblade.
Warlock named Alexander.
Why do you think I just said that at like level 20, he'll probably have some Hexblade in him?
Oh, you're actually going to love the way I'm going to work past level 20. Yes, it'll be past level 20.
I know. That's why at level 20 they aren't gods. But, I like Hexblade as a concept, so I would probably use it.
Oh, there's another one you should look into called a Witchblade.
I know about Witchblades. They can turn their weapon into whatever they need it to be. I still think Hexblades are similar. They can change it once every short rest.
Hexblades are warlocks with a pact, with their actual seal being a weapon. The weapon is bound to them. It cannot get with it. Yeah.
No. Alex is a Hexblade right now.
He's not a Hexblade.
His pact is his staff.
No, he's not a Hexblade. Like, for example, your staff could not actually leave your person if you were a Hexblade. It could maybe get 10 feet out of range, and unless it's through magical means, it would always teleport back to you. Always.
Like, he's basically a level 0 Hexblade. He doesn't have any of the abilities
He's
of it,
not
but
even a Hexblade.
there is no other way. That is the closest type of Warlock he is. Because all of his things focused in his staff. I know
you
it's...
don't get to actually go into specifics until level 5. So all warlocks are basic bitch warlocks until then. It doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but like thematically, that's what he would be closest to. Like a character who hunts warlocks, for example, because I think that exists, would probably remark that of the similarity to him as a sorcerer to a Hexblade, due to how much power his staff has, if he didn't identify the staff.
Oh yeah, and you also like how Chelsea is actually making use of that identify spell?
Yeah, identify's a useful spell.
Then why didn't you pick it up?
I didn't know it existed. I didn't see it.
I want to hit you. Because identify is the easiest way to get out of cursed objects.
Yep. I didn't know it existed.
It's based on touch.
But you know what's good about sorcerers? Touch spells actually have a range of 30 feet with meta magic.
That's not how that works.
That is how that works. That is exactly how that works.
Explain.
Distant spell. Spells
But
that
you don't
have...
have it.
I get another meta magic next level 6 actually. Eventually I'll have distant touch.
I thought you could only have 3 meta magics by level 20.
4 by level 20.
Yeah, never mind.
You start with 2, then you get a third, fourth at like level 17.
I could honestly not express to you how much I actually want to play a character again.
You know, I can probably DM from the PlayStation
How?
4 session.
Oh, PlayStation.
Or you can make Gabby do it. Though I'll admit, if you make Gabby do it, everyone's getting a magical item. Everyone's getting all of the magical items.
I'm going to have to veto that.
Then why do you sound guilty? See.
We will continue to talk about that one game, by the way. If I'm not talking about it with you, I'm talking about it with somebody else, probably Gabby or Chelsea.
I mean, I'm not against it. I just don't think with the people we have, it would go well.
It doesn't matter. Because I still want to do it.
I mean, it sounds kind of fun.
Of course, there will be rules set in place, like, physical rules. And if anybody is caught breaking those rules, no exceptions, there will be punishments.
You could always do it a different day than Saturday. That way you have both running English synonymously.
I guess.
But did I give a somewhat good alternative to nerfing Alexander? Because he has things you can use against him.
Okay, cool. That's like saying, hey, I have a really badass villain I can use against the party except for one guy. Or I have a okay villain I can use against one guy instead of the rest of the party.
You don't have to counter things because of him. I fail my rolls a lot.
Actually.
I fail my rolls a lot.
No, you don't. Ever since we had the rebalancing with the magic, because, we were doing it wrong the entire time. Granted, you have been failing a bit more, but you still succeed more than you fail.
That's a good thing.
Not all the time.
If you're failing more than you succeed, the party's not gonna...
You think about it like this. You have a boss fight, and you have, you've hand-built this boss, took a couple hours, you made him. By turn 2, second round of the rotation, he's almost dead.
That has nothing to do with my skill checks.
That had everything to do with your skill checks. You know why?
Why?
You did 60 damage!
You can take away everything but my charisma, and that's still gonna happen. And if you take away my charisma, that's basically the same as taking away Danny's strength.
I never said I wanted to take away your charisma. I, in fact, stated that everything else on top of your charisma is bad.
But the damage would never change if you lowered everything else, is what I'm saying. The damage is based by him being a social.
But if you have lower stats and everything else, such as intelligence and wisdom, it makes you a lot easier to fail saving throws, which can easily change the tide of battle.
I don't know.
And remember how you said you didn't fight me on the whole thing? You're doing it again.
I don't even know how to explain why I'm fighting it. So you go sleep and I'll think about it.
Alright.
Can you explain it?
He's looking at it from the perspective of DM, and you're looking at it from the perspective of a player. So you don't see why certain stats would be important in battle, but as the DM who's planning the encounters and monsters, he has to plan for every stat being able to counter an ability the monster or whatever has. So to him, every stat is a threat. Which if every player was strong in one stat each, that wouldn't be a problem. But if you have a player that's strong in most of your stats, then it would be.
If every player is strong in one stat, the party's going to die. If everyone is so specialized that one thing looks at them and they die because it's against their stat, you cannot have a good campaign. Every campaign has a strong player and a weaker player. They can fluctuate based on things that happen.
I guess